Oh, it's Faker. Who could have thought he picks up the player of the game?
Yeah.
Well, 13 out of 13. I swear if there was some media vote for AD carry, I would have lost.
But managed to turn the cat into a crocodile pretty effectively.
There's the Corki.
Yep. Well, Viego going to be locked away here by Oner, and there is a Gragas. Most likely for Zeus. Theoretically, Carrier could play that as well. Yes, Fiora.
So Gragas
that
support.
Is Gragas support, and we are going to be taking the Fiora versus Camille matchup on the top side of the map. Zeus really throwing down the gauntlet up there. That's a lot of fun. Definitely one of the more interesting matchups. See it more often in the LPL as Deft is going to lock away his Ziggs. As Faker, 64.5% win rate on this Corki over 31 games. Not bad at all. That's a good fear though out of Zeka. That is right into Zeka's health bar there. Yeah, Barrow gonna have to get out, and oh dear, Deft definitely in a lot of trouble. Understood that he was going to die.
Walks away scot-free. As we'll watch how far up Deft is in this lane. As I mentioned, there's no ward in the tri-brush. And it's just as simple as that. Yeah. Collapses forward, warding on the top side is Deft. It was a very scary moment. We're kind of talking about are going to rotate up, but they pushed Zeka out. They're going to collapse.
Yeah, Track Repel comes on in there as Barrel crashes down towards Gumayushi, trying to get him out of there, but Carrier is not going to be so lucky. Faker turning up here in this mid lane and is actually playing aggressively because Oner is in the area. Zeka now has been exhausted, has to flash get himself out of the way as Oner is going to ult over the wall. Zeka still running from this one. See whether he can actually keep himself safe as he kills the blast cone and then dies.
Yeah, basically gone, so Zeka needs to be very careful. Oner, that's not the right path to take.
That's not exactly where he wants to be as Magnet Storm comes in. Beryl actually just goes so incredibly deep and he will just be taken down. That's a slight overextension. Good reposition there. Zeka, can he actually survive this one? Picks up the kill onto Oner. Faker so extraordinarily low. The Q is going to connect though, and now Carrier is going to die as well. Pyosik grabs that kill and DRX responds.
It was really well played out, or cleanly played out here, as we're going to watch Faker all in here on to Zeka with Oner's help. And Oner, I would like to see this from Oner's perspective, but
yeah,
we are actually now going to see that. I think that's what they wanted to do.
Need as many pro views as possible. That's how it works out.
So W's flashes is a bit of an error, but
flash and then the ult over the wall.
And he does ult over the wall as mentioned, and yeah, he just couldn't get to the blast plant. Doesn't matter. He would have died either way there. It looks like because he was standing there and not walking towards it anyways.
No, I think he stopped walking to hit it, so it was a misclick. But the stun landing means that he's likely to die anyway, but still. Bit of a shame.
Yeah, the bomb here is what turns this around. Deft aims this perfectly as T1 overextend because without the bomb connecting, they have enough health bars to actually
Carrier with more mobility options. Wow.
They also get a huge scryers on the approach here for DRX because of it.
Yep.
Barrel has flash, but T1 are really respecting his engage. He knows the observers are watching all on Barrel right now.
Yeah, Zeus off to the side. It is going to be the Rift Herald secured here by T1 as Pyosik walks up, but takes a lot of damage for it. Zeus on the flank, you can see not actually going for too much just yet. The all-in commit not quite there, as there's the flash forward from Barrel. Mega Inferno Bomb not exactly going to get the value that they really want, and Oner's now picking up these resets. Good knock up onto Carrier, but he's not the priority target, and Pyosik is going to get taken down in the end. Gumayushi stays alive. Red-White Gun's definitely helping him out there, and that is...
The team is on the same page with him. And because Pyosik is at less than half health before this occurs, look at where Barrel is right now. He's trying to set up for this defense of the eye, and then they're going to all in. But it's Camille who could just immediately Hextech turn this around. So you're just going to have a bad time as Pyosik's only using this Cataclysm to try to cut losses right now. So the rest of it is struggling to defend over here. The Observer zoom out really showcases the oppressive T1. That Chronicle was mentioning earlier, they just, when they get a lead, they grab on and they do not let go.
Well, in goes Zeka, finds himself the ulti. There's the fear onto Zeus as well, and he's basically out of the fight. Carrier is going to die first as the Moonlight Vigil goes entirely wide. And now Gumayushi, a bit of a sitting duck as there's a Hextech ultimatum. Nothing he can do about it. Zeka almost dies, but that is 2 quick kills on the defense for DRX.
That has so much turn and so much engage. Like, you're in front of a Rel and a big Pyosik who's very fed this game. So unfortunately for Zeus, he's pushed down to low health, so can't try to help turn this. And then Gumayushi is way out on the lonesome. And Gumayushi's positioning here is unfortunately the most egregious because...
Trade for that inner turret like you're talking about. So just taking what they feel is the better trade
Yeah, and this is what you can do with a Corki comp with a side laner. You just put a side laner in one of those lanes, tell him to push, and then Corki pokes, and DRX really are slowly over time.
Try and get towards this 5v5 to allow DRX to get to that soul point. Beryl almost too low to engage. And Zeus, yeah, he's keeping them on the clock, and DRX getting more and more desperate. They are going to try and burst down this dragon, but they will have to say goodbye to a large portion of their base, as you can see. Teleport to come forward, and now the flank from the Fiora is on. Pyosik down very, very low, and Oner steals away the dragon. Cataclysm, the flash comes out, and Gumayusi doesn't have his anymore, but he stays alive for so long, eventually does fall down, and the Rel going to be traded as well as Zeus diving over the top. He threw out the challenge, and immediately Def just exploded. As now Zeka, can he actually get enough of these fears to actually work out? And the answer looks like it's going to be no, as Kingan's going to go down. This could just be the ace, as the Vex nowhere to go. Zeus no mana, and so I think that Zeka will survive for the moment, but it looks like T1 have Baron on their mind.
Available is able to teleport flank. You can see it there on the bottom of your screen. So you're caught between a rock and a hard place here. Zeka is so far away because he's trying to make sure that he can live long enough to do the damage. Even with his bomb coming through to finish off Gumayusi, Zeka is relatively invisible in this fight. Is holding that fear bar real long here, but there's just no turn. And he was so scared of that teleport flank from the Fiora, he just didn't get close enough to realistically do anything in the fight. Didn't hit any poke. And
now, like, the best thing that you can look at as a DRX fan is, like, can they make it past 30 minutes?
Yeah.
As Pyosik is going to try and get into this backline, but before he can even use his flag, he's taken to 100 health. Mega Inferno Bomb finds absolutely no one, as Oner is going to be able to turn into a Jarvan and see whether he can do a better job. He dives forward. Kingan going to get taken down. The grand challenge going to be there to heal everyone back up, and Oner is still looking for more. Man, this guy's popping off, as he is going to be able to help take down this inhibitor. And T1, we'll see whether they stay for the end or whether it is just going to be another reset, but I have a feeling that they probably have enough to just win this game right here.
Yeah, it looks very likely. They have this wave coming through, 2 cannon minions empowered by the Baron, and they have so much damage. Oner at almost no health, doesn't even care.
Yep, and Gumayusi flashing forward because he can. He may as well use it. Zeka is going to get taken down by Faker in the end, and that is the victory. T1. 2 very different comps, Game 1 and Game 2, but the macro execution from this team, the communication that we heard as well. I mean, Zeus, he was playing PvE League of Legends, but the way he pulled Kingan back and forward from side lanes was just so beautifully done. And some of our best split pushers here in the LCK, that is what made them so good, and was the way that they coordinated with it.
Watch those fights won for DRX, and they still walk away with 5,000 gold behind, no turrets taken. So you know what, you can let T1 have their fun in a series like this. It was very dominant.
The next series becomes more interesting, right?
Oh, sure.
Because Gen.G T1, our 2 undefeated teams here in the LCK so far, are looking like the teams to beat and these top dogs.
Yeah, and you know, I hope we have another series between 2 of our big 3s here that lives up to the Gen.G and Damwon Kia series. Nice carry sign here.
Yeah, really
and the just how T1, when they are playing against a team that is aggressive, playing against a comp that is selfishly at all.
Yeah, it's a complete 180 from what he did the last time around. As we have a look at T1, absolutely decimate this team fight. Pyosik once again overextending just a little bit, had a bit of a stinker again, unfortunately, here for DRX. Let's see it, T1.
Let's go. 너무 신났어.
Oner's having a really good time.
Yeah, it's really great to see like how happy this roster looks this year too.
Yeah.
Based on, you know, last year we had some struggles, we had some really tough times, and this is the roster they decided on. They still didn't take the title, they weren't able to go to the World Finals, but they stuck together with obviously Zeus being the new addition, and they look good. Calling's clean, comms are clean.
Yeah, and I liked it as well, like, you know, like, take it slow, don't get overexcited like you did earlier in the game, all that sort of stuff. Very impressive. Def did the most damage in the game, but he zigs. That's just generally how it works, although out-damaging a Corki is a pretty big deal. Zeus, though, versus Kingan on the top side of the map, I think this is one of the times where you're really proud of him.
Let's see who it is. It will be Oner, 7-1-4 on the Viego, 100% kill participation at 15. Just did a lot for the team in this one.
No shocker. Played really well. has looked incredible really throughout the entirety.
Okay.
I respect it.
Wolf?
No, I respect it. He did his job well.
He's part of the analyst chairs, though, so I don't respect it at all. But in terms of the vote, I mean, sure.